everybody, Natasha Lee here, aka your photo manager, and I am here for week 6 of Project Life photo books with Canva. So I hope you guys are all keeping up with your year so far. Let's dive in. First of all, I started with duplicating an old page, and then what I did was I decided I wanted a slightly different configuration. So I just dragged the different boxes into the new location, and then I emptied out the old images, and you can see I had to just resize one of those boxes there. Next, I replaced week 5 with the week 6 element, and I updated the date. I located what I feel is sort of the best image of the week, which is this gorgeous sunrise shot that my husband managed to get just as they went on a game drive in Hlhlue Game Reserve. And then I just began dragging in photos from the week. This is our morning walks in the middle. I really enjoy that. I've got my nephew here at the moment. And then I'm just looking for images that, you know, where do they fit beautifully and balance, and I always enjoy flowers, I have to say. This was my friend and I'm not too happy with my expression in that photo, so you can see me here sort of cropping myself out and repositioning the box, and then filling in the other 2 spaces. I grab hold of a swimming photo. We did this after our morning walk, repositioned that to have the part of the image that I'd like right there. And then I changed my mind. I want to make the top column have just 2 images, and in there I popped in something that I had saved from Google, which was that South Africa made it through to the AFCON. Well, we had hoped they were going to win the semi-final, but they lost that and overall came 3rd, which is fantastic for South Africa. Next, I took a photo that I had taken of my friend's artwork that she gave me as a gift, which I am just blown away with. Here you can see me use edit photo and background remover. How awesome is that? I did try this earlier and I found that it also removed her signature. So I cropped the signature from the original photo and just brought that in, and then knocked the background out, which got the desired effect that I wanted. Next up, I go to my Apple Notes to find my journaling, where I'm describing Hardy-Dars, and I absolutely love Hardy-Dars, and it took a really long time for my very friend Terry Angelos to do this picture, but I was just so blown away when we had a coffee and she brought it around. I picked the CK Ali's handwriting for my journaling. I love the look and feel of that because I use mostly Ali Edwards products outside of Canva. And I paste the journaling and reposition the journal box, and then grab the corner to enlarge it so that I can read that journaling and make it that I'm happy with the proportions of how that looks on the page. Next up, I go to elements and grids, and I'm looking for a grid with 8 pictures, which I find, and I just pull in the outside so that the photo is going to take up the entire space. And I jump back to my specific project and I begin to populate the design with images from my husband and nephew and son and grandfather's trip. So what you can see is I'm kind of sticking to the sequence of the trip. So that's them just before they left on the top left, and then when they first arrived at the place. And then I'm pulling in the different pictures from the various safari trips that they went on. So you can see that they were fortunate enough to see elephant right near the beginning of the trip. I think here I thought, no, hold on, I'd like to balance the green a little bit better. So I picked a different picture to go in there. There's my father and my nephew. And I'm going back down to look for that original elephant shot, which I feel works better on the right-hand side. And I've added the zebra, and then one last picture for this spread. Let's see which one I end up picking here. I can't remember. I'm clearly looking for a specific one. Ah, yes, okay, it's with the safari vehicle. Then next, I'm a little concerned about that zebra image being a little dull. So I go to edit photo, auto adjust, and I'm bringing up the brightness and the contrast, or sorry, just bringing up the contrast there, just to bring it, so that it matches the tone of the rest of the pictures. Then I go back to the grids and I find another grid. And I know that really I'm just going to be putting in the balance of the pictures at this stage. So I generally count the images, and then I look for a grid with the same number of images. And then I go back to my photos and I bring in the images. So let's have a look and see which ones I decided to bring in here. That's buying an ice cream or at a certain part of the trip. I enjoy that image. It's a map which shows that they were at Umfolozi. Love the zebra that are in the car's rear view or side mirrors there. Really, really enjoy that. And now I'm looking for one of the best images, I think, to fill that big spot. But before that, I just pop in another one which just shows the deer, which are right there by the rondavels where they were staying. How incredible is that? My nephew was blown away by this game reserve. That's them having their own dinner, which they cooked for themselves. And then one of the most beautiful shots of the buck. Very, very happy with the way this turned out. Now I want to add a title. So I'm going to Elements and choosing Badge. You would have seen me do this in a previous tutorial. And I need a badge that's kind of rectangular in shape, because that's what the logo is like that I'm going to need to put above the shape. So I find one, I move it to the top kind of quarter of the design, change the color to white, and then I need to go back and look for the logo that I had mentioned. I found off the internet, there it is, Umfolozi, and I want to remove the background. So edit photo, background remover. Love this feature in Canva. I'm using it a lot these days. And then I think I want to make it a little bolder. So I go back to edit photo and I go to shadows and pick outline. That looks a little bit strong, so I bring the size down a bit. And then I'm just sort of having a look and see, is this what I would like this to look like? I think that I decide I want to change the background color of the badge. So I look for a color, edit image and look for a color, and I find something which will match the look and feel better. And then I adjust and bump up the light to fully bright, which makes the logo white. And there you go.